is just a placeholder intro for all my new videos, oh yeah! So I guess I'm 29 now, and was just unfortunately informed that that technically means that yesterday was my last day of my 20s. So, and kind of feeling weird about it, but you know what? It's fine. I find myself, again, unemployed and single, and still struggling with bouts of months of depression. But you know what? Screw it. I think that one of the problems I had this last year was that I fell in love with the idea of a simple life, the idea of a routine, the idea of striving for being content rather than seeking out joy. And that's not who I am. That's not who I am at all. And so I am finding out right now what that means. And I got 3 recent pieces of advice. First one, and it's become my mantra, is the idea of the return of Saturn. Now, I'm not going to get too far into the astrology bullshit, but frankly, the way that it works is that during this time in our lives, my time, 29, is a time of upheaval, and it is up to us to make sure that the new status quo that's coming is the one that we want. And so I've been working on myself a lot lately. I've been meditating, I've been working out. So what works for me? Well, you make yourself miserable for 30 minutes every day so you can be sore every other day, and then just don't eat anything you want, and then you'll get the body you want, I guess. Who would have known? And been really focusing on just being fit and healthy. The second piece of advice is that maybe it's a good thing that I'm unemployed, and this was a piece of advice I originally just scoffed at, but I have time to stop and focus, and I have enough side work and things like that to be fine. So I need to take advantage of that. And in turn with that, the last piece of advice I actually got from a book that I read recently on suggestion from another guy in my life, and it was a trip. It was a hard philosophical book all about how human beings need to ignore a lot of existence or their own mortality in order to stay sane and happy. And he brought up this idea of an artist, someone who needs to share in some way or another their experiences with the world. And for too long, I have been unhappy and not making things. And I think that a part of that has been wanting to be perfect, wanting it to succeed. And especially when it comes to digital content like this, it's sometimes difficult. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be back. I am going to start creating new content. And there will be a little teaser in a second of what that stuff will look like. But I want to just get it out there. And I don't care if it's successful. I don't care if you guys want to watch it or not. It's something I want to create. So I am going to be creating content and trying to create a life that is worth making content about. So without further ado, here are some of the things that are in the pipeline. I am going to continue not eating Del Taco whenever possible, and I want to get grilled by Mike Fong more. Not when your mouth is full of meat and you're just like, I was doing so good today, I'm never going to be pretty again. Things like podcasts. You're a strong, independent woman who doesn't have time for that shit.
We need to talk about communication, right? I'm worried that I'm going to just get a string of emojis that I then have to decide that they're mad at me and they send a dog, and then
they're in the doghouse. I get that.
Okay.
And music. I'm so fancy, you already know. I'm in the fast lane from LA to Tokyo. And giving life to old projects. Ba 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 ba, it's the weekend of Doo-Doo-Loo. And of course, motherfucking mermaids. Basically anything I want, because that's what I need to do. I need to just make stuff again. So stay tuned, and I hope that you appreciate some of the stuff I'm doing. Thanks.